Hey guys, welcome to the Adventure Perspective Workshop. I am dealing with having to put the phone on the ground, so sorry if I'm all cut off and stuff, but I'm here to give you guys a view of my ground clearance. As you can see on the Ninja, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's not super low like some cruisers out there, but it's not as high as a dual sport. So, how do you raise your bike? These mods will be semi-universal, so it depends on your bike, really. You'll have to check on your bike yourself to see if you can do these, but I tried to keep them, as universal as possible. We'll start with the rear tire. First of all, it's a bigger rear tire than the original. If you want to raise your bike, a really simple way to do it is wait for your tires to just get worn out, and when you change them out, change them for a size that's bigger. It'll be the aspect ratio you're looking for. So if your tire is a 110/70/17, like it is on my front tire, you can raise that 70 to something like this. This is a 510/17. Switch that. That's in dirt bike format. A 510/17 is taller, so it makes the bike taller, and it's actually noticeable when sitting on it. After doing all these mods, I used to be able to flat foot a Ninja on both sides. Now I can't. It's not by much, but it's definitely, a couple more inches. Let's move that over. Overall, what that does is it raises the back of the bike. So it raises at least this kind of rear portion from the shock linkage to about this engine cover right here. That's raised up just a little bit. To raise the bottom of this bike, what I did was I got rid of the plastic fairings. They used to hang below here about that much, so my ground clearance was only about that much. Tiny, tiny width of my hand. So I got rid of those, so that increased overall ground clearance, but I did lose certain protection, because since the plastic fairings covered my engine and were mounted higher up on bolts around the engine, anything that hit my fairings didn't hit my engine, and now I do have it kind of exposed to rocks and sand and things like that. So I am more of a careful rider now, but I can curb hop, so that's cool. Ooh, my apologies, dropped the camera. Another mod you can do is change your front wheel, so instead of just lifting the ass, you can lift the front as well. Now, since this bike has a front fender that is located fairly close to it, I'm trying to get rid of a little bit of a glare right there. Since it's located close to the tire, you can only raise this tire by the amount in which that it can't touch the front fender. Or if you really want to raise it a lot, you can just get rid of your front fender altogether, or raise it or mount it, do something like that. For me, I'm going to try to keep it original and keep the fender on mine. If the tire I ordered won't fit, I will get rid of the front fender, or I'll raise it by about 2 inches maybe, and keep that good. And I actually have to lift the camera to show you the last mod I did so far. Alright, welcome Topside. I can't really show you because the clip-ons on a Ninja 250R cover your forks, but what you can do is you can drop your forks lower on your triple tree. You can see a whole bunch of videos about that, and again, it depends on your bike and what you can do to it. You can drop your forks. I dropped mine by... how much was it? Not a lot, just by a little bit. It wasn't an exact measurement. I just made sure they matched and I dropped it probably half an inch, quarter of an inch, something like that. And something else I did was I added 3/4 inch PVC preload spacers. There's a thing on the online forums to do DIY spacers on a Ninja 250R, which is applicable to other bikes. But like I said, you'll have to Google your bike and see if it's even applicable to your specific suspension system. What this does, it doesn't make my suspension longer, but what it does is it makes it stiffer. Here's me pushing on it right now, and I'm not getting a whole lot of bounce. And what that does is it puts pressure on the spring in there. so the bike wants to hold itself up more, and you get a stiffer suspension. And what that means is when I sit on the bike, I get less sag, and the engine stays farther off the ground. So that's pretty much concludes my mod so far. The only one I have left is I have a tire, front tire, on the way from the mail people. They'll drop that off. I'll see if I can't fit it sometime in January when it gets here. Other than that, those are just my mods. Oh, and if you make your bike taller, it will lean over more. If you don't like that, like I really don't, I feel like it leans over too much, just put a brick under it or something like this. That's just the sand foot that I use so my kickstand doesn't sink in sandy or muddy areas. And that's about it. So be wise in your decisions, Google and research first before you guys do anything. And yeah, just wanted to help you guys out a little bit. This is also good for tall riders. If you have a bike that's kind of short for you, a lot of cruiser riders out there, or if you have a Ninja or CBR 250R or something like that, if it's a little cramped for you, raising it up means that when you come to a stop, your legs are fully extended. So yeah, there you go. See you guys later.